Well, hi everyone. This is call 4, I believe, um, of our next level SSC. So we would just absolutely love to hear how your homework went for this past week, and some of the stories about what you guys got out of it, and conversations you had. And so, who wants to go first? As Heather's stuffing her face with food. Heather, no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so who went out there and had some great conversations with people, intentionally just trying to meet new people? Don't all speak at once. I know Audrey did.
Every day.
With adults.
Yes, every day. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. I'll go first. On Sunday, we had a women's night at our church, and honestly, I was going, but I didn't really want to go, but I remembered, you know what, it's good to get out of the house. And so I really, when you don't have that purpose of bringing up Juice Plus, it really opens up your conversation, and you really are intent about asking questions and being a part of their life. And so just by doing that, I talked to, you say hi to people at church, but you don't really get to know them. So I got to know like 5 different women at that table where I sat. And, and another thing I learned about is that people are so quick to tell you about themselves. Like I saw a conversation going on with 2 ladies at the table, and they were just like putting their information out there, but they weren't really listening to what the other person was saying, and I'm like, it was kind of getting on my nerves, honestly. But I see that how, many times I've done that too. So I really want to change my mindset with listening and just talking to people. So when that happened, when that conversation came up, and I talked to those girls, like I just asked them about their lives.
I can't hear this.
I really just talked to them about, asking them about what their kids do. I found out one of them has 6 kids where I didn't know that, before that. So yeah, it was really good homework. I liked it.
Awesome. Great job.
Thank you.
Anyone else want to share?
I will, now that Audrey broke the ice.
Yeah.
Good job. Yeah, you did. Good job. I really found it fun coming up with creative ways to collect information so that we could keep in touch. So, so I liked doing that and finding what we had in common and what we could continue a conversation about, so that there was a reason to, exchange Facebooks or numbers or whatever it was. So that part was really fun for me.
Very cool. So did you guys find it easy or difficult to not bring up Juice Plus? Or did you bring up Juice Plus in a conversation?
I never did.
Awesome. I feel like it's always a case by case or a person by person basis, but yeah.
No, I just answered really quick. I'm like, I do network marketing. If they asked me, I was just like, oh, I do network marketing. And that was it.
The element of mystery.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else want to share their conversations? Going out of their way? What did you do to get out of the house? Did you have to actually intentionally get yourself out of the house like I did? Because I find myself at my house too much lately, and I had to force myself to get out of the house a couple times to actually talk to I have humans in my house, but sometimes I need to go talk to other humans.
I'll share.
Sure, Heidi.
I already shared it with my Team Lightning. Go team! I actually went out to, we were invited to a picnic party for a friend, and because I watched the video right after our homework last Thursday, so that while I was in that mindset and already in my office, I watched it as soon as we got done, because I didn't want to get busy and not watch it. So I had all that, information, and when we went there, and I'm one of those that usually, like everybody else, you hear something, you're like, oh, I got to tell them about this, or I got to tell them about that. And actually the people that I met, not one person asked me what I did, and nor did I offer that. And we talked to a lot of people that night, and it was just a learning experience of learning about them and what they did, and, you know, husbands and wives and where they lived, because it was people from all over. Like, we walked in and Rich and I looked around and we were like, we don't know anybody here. So it was like this perfect window of opportunity. And I didn't go home with one contact, which for me was like, you know, you want to collect those names. And I just did it with the intention of just getting to know people and having fun at this event without interjecting. And we had a lot of fun, you know, learning about other people, and there were a lot of people there. So we did talk to a lot of people that night. And there were a couple of people that ended up showing up that I used to network for, and they did ask me how everything was going. And, you know, that was different, you know, telling them, you know, things were going great and what I was still doing, but really putting that art of learning about them and not wanting to interject every 2 seconds or in your head, you know, and they say something like, oh, when they're done talking, I have to tell them this. And I didn't even have that, you know, inkling to do that. So it was really interesting to really put that into practice when you always when you're always in that mode of sharing Juice Plus and interjecting and wanting contacts for your, you know, prospects or you know, new customers. And so it was a lot of fun. And I'm going out again tonight, and I have the farmers market on Saturday, which I will collect names, but, you know, getting to know new people it's been a lot of fun, you know, with the intention of having to know that you need to get to know people.
Right. Yeah, I love that. I love just collecting friends. It's super fun. And I know I wanted to share Heather, if you guys aren't all watching the chat, because she's sitting there, you know, eating her food, but she said she totally connected with a stranger because of her hair. So we all need to go out and get blue or purple hair, and then we'll have more conversations. That's the gist of that story. I mean, seriously, come on. Let's all go out and no. But I love that because anything can start a conversation. Absolutely anything, whether it's your hair, whether it's your purse, whether it's your kids. I mean, I met one of my new team members who wants to be back engaged, and she's hopefully coming to conference with us. I met her at Kroger because she mentioned how cute my son was. And so there's, you know, if you're open to it, and I know Leslie was speaking on our Q call just previously, she said she just had to slow down in her life. You have to not be rushing here and there. Like, you know, a lot of times we're rushing into the supermarket, and now, of course, there's going to be times where it's just out of necessity. We have to be somewhere, but if you just intentionally, wherever you're at, whether it's baseball or soccer or, you know, the supermarket or a restaurant or whatever, if you just kind of have your, you know, you're not tunnel vision, you're aware of your surroundings, you can really meet a lot of people. And I know I'm working on that too. I like to go to parks with my boys because I tend to meet a lot of moms at parks, and a lot of times they're stay-at-home moms because I go in the day when I'm homeschooling, and so those are the moms that are usually there at the park during that time. And so I find that I meet a lot of moms there. So enough about me. Anyone else? Anyone else want to share?
I'll share.
Okay.
Actually, I found it kind of challenging this week. Normally, this is more fun and energizing for me, but just this week, I think with the other things that are going on in my life, I was feeling more drained and not so people-y. So I probably could have done it more than what I did when I was out, and I had to be really intentional about it because I just felt more drained emotionally and not feeling super social. But it made me think of the bigger picture. And in some ways, the training, if you're really focused on listening, it doesn't have to be draining because I can just listen and not have an agenda either. So, yeah, I guess I just wanted to throw that in there that it was, had this specific homework been a different week, it probably would have been easier, but this week it challenged me more.
Well, we definitely have those days or weeks where we don't feel like, and I talk about this a lot with my team, it's like, there's many times I don't feel like working this business, or I don't feel like talking to people, or I don't feel like doing the customer care. honestly, I haven't felt like doing 3-way calls. I honestly haven't. I've had to like do a Sean Meyer, pull off my pants, show my like underwear, whatever he had underneath his pants at that one conference. I seriously have to gear myself up sometimes. But that's okay, because you just keep doing it and you get energized from talking to people. Then once I get off a call, I'm like, oh, that was so amazing. Why did I dread doing that? And it's just because life sometimes just, to be honest, like you said, Tracy, it's just sometimes it's harder to do it. But if we just know that the end result is going to be worth it, it will feel like work sometimes. But if we do it, the more we do it, the more it's going to become easy and the more it's going to feel energizing. So I love that you put that little note in there, because sometimes you have to just do the activity, and even when you don't feel like it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And how about did anybody get Jen Leak? I just have to tell you, your hair is freaking awesome right now. I put that thing in there, but I was like, oh my goodness.
It is really good.
Hey, my hair started a conversation in the
Loving
salon.
your hair right now.
Mine got a conversation going in while I was getting a pedicure.
And maybe you have do you have eye makeup on right now?
Yeah.
I'm gonna crash looking for Jen. You got me looking for Jen. I'm gonna crash my car.
No, take a picture. Do it like a selfie, Jen, because I'm like, who is that on the? It's like, is that Jen Leak? That's not like Jen of all trades, like with a paintbrush in her hand. That's like, okay. Anyways, Jen, what conversations have you been having since we're talking to you?
Well, first of all, being an introvert, the idea of having to meet 20 people is like sweaty armpits. But I just look, like, walk into a room with a smile and just look for that person to connect with. And so I have met most of my 20 already, but one that was just really random was while I was getting a pedicure, and I walked over and getting ready to sit down, the girl next to me was like, oh my gosh, I love your hair. And so we just started in a conversation about hair and like not a lot of other stuff. We just started talking about stuff. And so by the time she's like, I'm going to have to get my hair cut like that. And I said, then we're going to have to be friends on Facebook because I need to see those pictures. And she was like, absolutely. So it was funny that way. But I'm trying to possibly be able to meet up with her while I'm here in Jersey, but we'll see how that goes.
That's awesome. Yeah. Okay. Anyone else? We have just.
Can you hear me?
Oh yes, Carrie.
Yeah.
Hey, congratulations. Carrie's gotten 2 new team members in like the last 2 days, and they're both like one their HLP, the other's like. I know, she's like rocking it out right now. Okay, sorry, I had to put that plug in there.
So I loved this homework, and I loved the freedom you gave us to not talk about Juice Plus, because that's kind of been stressful for me, because I don't want to sell, and I felt like I had to be intentional with conversation. So just having the freedom to just love people and not sell them was freeing. And now that the kids are in school, I'm out of the house basically all day, every day. And I hadn't been talking to that many people. And I go to a gym full of people. And so I've been talking to lots of people at the gym. I work out with different people every day in groups, and I talk to them. I talk to somebody every day. And so it's just been a very cool assignment and very growing. And I loved it.
That's awesome. We did this one other time, and I don't even remember who trained on it, but someone did train on just going out there and having conversations, and they challenged us to not bring up Juice Plus. Like they even said, don't bring it up even if they ask, like that type of thing. So I think with us, like in this, we're like, well, just, have freedom. If it comes up, great. If you get their information, great. I mean, that's the goal when you meet new people, is try to connect and so you can follow up with them. But how cool is it, like, just to, like you said, Carrie, not have an agenda. And I think so many times when we go out there, we do have an agenda, and really our agenda just needs to be relationship building, because not everybody is going to be open to it right away. But that's not our job. Our job is just to build that relationship and see where it goes, right? So I love that, Carrie. Keep it up, because obviously it's working. So awesome. Okay. Well, I don't know if Kimberly is going to get on here to tell us what we're going to do this week, but we stay like this far ahead of you guys. I'm telling you, it's like, oh, it's so fun. We're like, okay, what are we going to do this week on this call? And what are we going to do? Because we have 3 of these groups, and it's like trying to keep them straight is pretty fun. So I will tell you one conversation I had, because have you guys been answering the question, what do you do? Did we talk to you guys about that? What do you do? Did you hear me, Kimberly? I'm like making fun of myself, or making fun of us.
Yeah, I totally
I'm not
heard
sure what we're doing after this, but you know. But anyway,
I always have a plan.
I know Kimberly always has a plan. That's why I'm like, I'm not stressing about anything here. Kimberly's got me covered. But my conversations, I've had like probably three conversations out and about where people have asked me, what do I do? And I totally was like, like didn't answer the question like I wanted to. But that's why we have to talk to more people, right? Yeah. So anyways, it wasn't a total bomb, but it just didn't come out the way I wanted to. So.
It's not fluent yet. Yeah.
It's not fluid. It's not like second nature like my story is that I've you know. If they would have asked me my story, I'd be like, oh yeah. Like I was a personal trainer. I was getting up at 3:30 a.m. every single morning, going to a job, paying my time for dollars. Yeah. Anyways.
Like Carol said, practice, practice, practice. So we do want to encourage you guys to develop your answer for that question. What do you know? Have you guys gotten a chance to look through the ones that I posted?
What do you do?
Mm-hmm.
What do you know?
What do you know?
What do you do? I'm a little distracted because there's a lot of noise over there on Team Thursday from the other room. Yeah, what do you do? Okay, so my answer is I own a virtual franchise and I get to travel often and work from anywhere. And I help people get healthy. I tried a couple different versions of that, but I had to go back to I help people get healthy because that's so natural to me. I help people get healthy, and I help people start their own franchises so they can earn extra income to spend more time with their kids, to travel often, whatever. I will only just pick one depending on the situation, and who I'm talking to, which most often will probably be travel more or spend more time with their kids. So anyways, that's my answer. I want to encourage you guys to work on that, because then when you're out having those conversations with no agenda, you can, be ready though when you've asked them what they do and they turn around and ask you, well, what do you do? And you can just be so fluent. Like Rebecca says, when it's not real fluent, you feel like you stumble around a little bit. Okay, shh, Mommy's on the phone. Okay, Okay. There's all kinds of energy in my house today. So our homework this week, though, that's not really homework. I mean, it's just something we're encouraging you guys to do. But we want to build on all of these customer encouragement calls. And remember, you guys are getting a point for everybody that you collect as a friend and add to social media, or you get their contact information. So it's still smart to go out there and keep having these conversations. Some are going to end up being connections, and some you may never see. That's okay. But you get a point for everyone that you collect, and you fill that pipeline. There is nothing more energizing than meeting a new person and making a new connection, you guys. Like Jay Martin always says, there's nothing wrong in your business that one new person can't fix. The energy of meeting a new person, making a new connection, being like, I like that person, I can't wait to, or I just met my next team member, this business gets hard when you go back. I keep hearing myself in stereo. This is crazy. Can you guys hear that? This business, the only time this business gets hard is when you keep going back to the same people over and over and again, and you're just getting frustrated with their timing. So the more people you go out, and like Carrie said, it's just so freeing and so fun to have those conversations with people. So I think we're going to have a challenge after conference, a team-wide challenge. Maybe we'll do it in the month of October. Do you remember when we did the 100 conversations? Is that what you were talking about, Rebecca? When we did that 100 conversations challenge?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, I was like, what was that? Yes.
Yep, 100 conversations in a month. So, but anyways, okay, so back to homework. We want you to build on these relationships with And Becky, no, you don't need contact info for your 20 people. We just wanted you out practicing conversations. But if you did get their contact info, then it counts as a point for your, for the game. So in addition to doing the homework, you get a point for the game. But no, we really want you guys to just get so fluent in just having conversations with no.
And you still have time. You still have a couple days here to finish those conversations. So if you've only done 3 or so, then tomorrow you better be, or today you better be going to the park or something.
Yeah. Go to the mall, Juliana.
Throw yourself a neighborhood party. I don't know.
Okay, so I feel like I've brought up the homework and gone down on 6 different tangents. Aren't you guys glad you don't have to be perfect to do this business? Okay, so the homework is customers. We've done a lot of great customer encouragement calls, and you're still earning a point if you do customer 3-way calls, team member encouragement calls, those sort of things. So 3-way calls are still really, really valuable. We've had such amazing stories. Audrey has been keeping me hopping this week. So to build on that, we want to encourage you guys to invite 5 of your customers into the Lifestyle Revolution party on Wednesday night. We've reformatted it. How many of you guys got to be on the Lifestyle Revolution party last night? Okay. Any thoughts? Audrey, you want to share?
Yeah, it was really cool that it was available for people to watch on their own time, but also share stories, because I think stories tell what shows the excitement of what we do and why we do it.
So when you invite your customer to share their story in this Facebook party, it's kind of like the same concept of inviting them to a salad jar party and asking them to bring a topping. They're more apt to show up when you've invited them to contribute. So with these Wednesday night Lifestyle Revolutions, is really going to be centered around these customer stories, and then 3 national marketing directors share our stories along with our business stories. We're keeping kind of the health story as the foundation, and then just piquing their interest about the virtual franchise. So I loved the format last night. We had a little trouble with Rebecca Downing. She's got to get her technology figured out. Just kidding.
Hey, it worked out. I went on my wall, my live on my wall instead.
But yeah, next week is going to be 3 NMDs, and Audrey Bird is also going to share. But the coolest thing is these customers that the NextLevel SSCs, this was their homework on Tuesday night, and they had to invite 5 customers, and you have to do it by either a voice message, either voice text, voice messenger, or a phone call, so that people can hear your excitement in your voice about this party and about their story. Like, I thought of you because your story is so powerful. Your story, so it will encourage.
From a 3-way, like when we're on a 3-way connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But these guys all did it on their own, and I know on Jetty's team, she was talking about how they all were brave and they did the voice text even though they were scared. And I will tell you that we checked in with Teresa Rose today. She had 5 customers that she invited. I think all 5 of them went. 3 of her customers shared their stories. And again, not only is it such good practice for them to share their story, but then they see everybody else's stories because they're in the party. So it's an amazing win-win. And they get to feel like they're really helping other people. So it's like the beginning of them doing this as a business, you guys. It's just brilliant. So 3 of her customers shared their story, and 1 signed up on her team this morning. So pretty good track record so far.
That's awesome.
So we kind of did it as a test last night with the other group. So again, your homework is to invite 5 of your customers, invite them to share their story, whether or not they come or share their story. Some will forget or whatever, that's okay. But as long as you've done the invite by either a voice message or a phone call, like, be brave, pick up that phone, use your voice, hit that little speaker messaging button and use your voice. People don't remember exactly what you say, but they remember your energy. They remember how you feel about what you say and how you make them feel. So just share your heart with them and invite them to contribute. And it'll be awesome. It's going to be just a really inspiring party next Wednesday. So, guys, excited about that?
Yeah, sure.
What's that?
I said I have a 3-way call right now with you.
Yeah. All right. Great job, team. You're doing awesome.